I'm not gonna lie to you. Trump has to be one of the biggest fucking babies to ever enter the White House. What's good, guys? And we got a video brought to you by CNN. Trump blindsides GOP refusing to sign bipartisan housing bill. And I got to that section a little bit in my live stream the other day. And that's when he had a bunch of people leave his actual rally because why? What was the point in that? But hopefully the House and Senate can actually get it passed without his signature.
Quote, this is why we can't have nice things, end quote.
I mean, to be fair, did we ever really have nice things? I mean, we did, but for a certain group of people.
It's a message I got from an exasperated senior Republican congressional aide after President Trump abruptly announced he will not sign a bipartisan housing affordability bill that Congress passed overwhelmingly yesterday.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Trump has to be one of the biggest fucking babies to ever enter the White House. Like, like, okay, let me read. Today's housing news conference and signing is hereby canceled until the such time as we pass the desperately needed Save America Act, which I consider to be a national emergency. Like, what? Who elected this bro into office? And the Save America Act is like right here. The Save America Act safeguards American Voter Eligibility Act is highly debated election integrity bill backed by President Donald Trump. It requires voters to present documentation proof of citizenship like passport or birth certificate when registering to vote and mandates photo identification at the polls. Proof of citizenship replaces the standard self I don't even pronounce that word, with strict requirements to show a hard copy proof of citizenship, photo ID mandate, data sharing, and purchase. So the Homeland Security basically gets to decide if you're a citizen or not. And I mean, let's be honest. If he's not, he's probably gonna use this for like, I don't want to say voter fraud on his side, but fraud on his side because like the Department of Homeland Security is basically in his back pocket if we think about it. And then prevents mail-in ballot registration, which is basically his party. Like I'm pretty sure I don't I'm pretty sure I know Republicans do mail-in ballots a lot. Like and I'm pretty sure he's just going to use this if he loses like lecture or anything, he's just gonna use that as a way to talk down.
Here's what the president said,
I
quote,
probably should explain that more. But I mean, like talk down. I mean, he's gonna use that act to say that if he did lose an election, which he might run for a third term, I mean, it's gonna be a difficult ride for the next few years.
Today's housing news conference and signing is hereby canceled until such time as we pass the desperately needed Save America Act, which I consider to be a national emergency. Now, the president really pulled the rug out from under Republicans at the very moment GOP leaders were celebrating what they thought was
Like, bro, like like Trump, the problem with him is like he's so beyond unpredictable, and if he doesn't get what he wants, he would probably nuke the entire country until he does.
about to be a big GOP victory, a presidential signing ceremony.
Let's show the American people what legislating looks like. Let's show the American people how you bring together and do something on a bicameral basis. And we did that. And we did that in conjunction with President Trump and his priorities.
Again, that was at the
Bro, he must look really dumb right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. He must look extremely dumb.
Almost exact same moment, President Trump posted that he's not signing that very bill that the chairman said shows what legislating looks like.
Bruh.
Here's House Speaker Mike Johnson at that same press conference a few minutes later.
In the process of this press conference, President Trump announced that he is canceling the bill signing for the housing bill that you all were.
Bro, he looks about done with life. He looks like he want to bitch slap Donald Trump. Like, bro, I bet they mad as hell. I would be too.
Just talking about. What is your reaction?
Yeah, my reaction is the truth of the matter. I spoke to the president for 20 minutes before I went in and gave that rousing speech to the House Republicans this morning. He and I've talked about this a lot. He has expressed the priority and the preference of the Save America Act.
Now, Johnson claimed
Priority and preference of the Save America Act over a housing bill that would be way much better than that stupid act. What?
President Trump told him in that call this morning
Speaking
that he
of the bipartisan housing bill, let's look at it real quick. Hello, you beautiful people. Now, you're at the point of the video where I would like to ask you for a like and subscribe. If I did do good, please leave a thumbs up on that video and hit the subscribe button. I think if you're on Twitch or yeah, go to my Twitch. Okay, I'm a bit jumbled. It's whatever. Like and subscribe the video, please. I bet. I'm sorry for my spelling, as I have not been in school for a while. The Bipartisan Housing Act reversed the 21st century road to Housing Act, renewing opportunity in the American dream, which is the most significant federal housing reform effort in over 3 decades. That's 30 years. Passed by an overwhelming majority in both the House and Senate, the landmark legislation is currently in limbo after the President Trump withheld his signature, demanding Congress to pass the voter ID bill first. Let's look a little bit more into this. Housing supply and deregulation targets artificial construction costs by erasing regulatory red tape, streamlining environmental reviews, and incentivizing local jurisdiction to reform zoning restrictions. Investor restrictions restricts individual investors from purchasing single family homes to ensure more properties are available for everyday families, while providing limited exemption for build and rent projects. Like, you're telling me we can stop all the rich people from constantly buying single family homes that they don't need. But no, he nukes the bill because he can't get his way. Time and time
going to
again.
cancel the signing. Let's get straight to Manu Raju on Capitol Hill. Wow, Manu.
Yeah, completely blindsiding Republican leaders, particularly here in the Senate. The Senate Majority Leader John Thune had no idea that the president would essentially cancel what was expected to be a victory lap. The Republicans have been pleading with the president to focus on an affordability agenda, and they just passed this bill with massive bipartisan majority.
Didn't he, like, the other day, I'm pretty sure not the other day, but like a few weeks ago, he made a tweet about it. And he got massive praise for it, but like now it's just crickets from him until he passes that dumb bill.
In the House and the Senate, they wanted to go and tout their efforts to reduce housing costs. And just moments ago, that announcement by the president catching the the Republican leaders off guard. I just talked to John Thune himself moments ago. I asked him, did the president make a mistake by canceling the signing ceremony and making these demands on the Save America Act? He said, I mean, that was his call to make. And he went on to tout that housing bill, said it's been worked on for a long time. He called it a great piece of legislation. He said it's a, quote, an affordability issue. And he said, quote, I eventually hope he'll find his way to sign it. So expect that to be a big part of this discussion that is still expected to happen behind closed doors. Trump has been making this case for months for the Senate to pass the so-called Save America Act, but they have tried repeatedly in the Senate to do that, and they simply just do not have the votes to pass it. John Thune has made that case to the president directly. He has said that.
So what you're telling me is he can't get the votes to sign it. So he strikes down an objectively good law because he can't get the votes to sign it. So he wants to use that as like a stick of carrot. Stick of carrot, that's crazy. But like a carrot on stick to get his dumb voting law to sign.
Publicly,
What's the
other
point?
Republican senators have said that. Trump has come back and said, well, just do away with the filibuster and try to pass it along straight party lines. But Thune does not have the votes to get rid of the filibuster. That is a second problem that the Senate Republican leader has. Meantime, the Speaker of the House says that they may try to roll this into the budget process to pass the Save America Act along straight party lines. But here's another problem. Doing that would run afoul, very likely, in the Senate's very strict budget rules. So there is really no way to get this bill to the president's desk. And meantime, the legislative agenda has been completely stymied. The key surveillance law, the spying powers have been turned off. The position for the Director of National Intelligence is not filled on a permanent basis because of the president's demands. So the question here, Dana, is amid this turmoil between the Senate GOP and President Trump, will anything change when he be?
I mean, yeah, he also did say, like, I'm pretty sure, how old is this? This is 1 day ago. He did say that he would probably be the last Republican president. And there's like there's no way around it. He probably will be because he's nuking the party so goddamn bad.
He meets behind closed doors. Will he berate those GOP senators? Will they convince him that his push is not actually going to succeed? All big questions in a matter of moments. We'll see what happens behind closed doors, Dana.
Yeah, and you can see all the activity behind Manu. That is because the president is still expected to be up there despite saying he's not going to sign this bill. Manu, thank you so much. Let us know if you hear anything else here with a terrific group of reporters. Let me just bottom line this because there's so much drama in what happened. But taking a step back, what the president is doing is saying, I care so much about this legislation that he wants to be put in place about voting, to make it harder to vote and having to do with a whole bunch of other restrictions, I should say. He thinks it's about cleaning it up, but there are lots of debates on that. He cares so much about that the number one issue for voters, which is affordability, and housing is a huge part of that, he's willing to sacrifice that despite a big bipartisan vote.
Yeah, I mean, I would just ask you to do this. Look at the bipartisan numbers in the House and the Senate that this legislation passed with, overwhelmingly, right? How often does that happen? When do we see both parties coming together to address?
Honestly, never. I have, okay, I've been here for 17 years, going on my 18th year. Happy go me. Because, goddamn, the world is kind of nuking itself when I want to be an adult, but who cares?
A major concern of voters and actually pass something that just is
Yesterday
not
on the show.
I know you said legislators
breaking
legislate.
news.
Yeah, exactly.
We're putting up some of the specifics.
So this doesn't happen anymore in our politics. There is nobody you talk to that I've talked to on the Republican side or Democratic side.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna stop it here, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna say what I said with a little bit more detail because again, I'm not a I don't really go into a bunch of the White House and politics stuff because I just don't think that politics are that good. If we're being honest, sure they affect our society and stuff. I get that part. But yet again, politicians are just a different breed of assholes. and I will stand on that to the day I die. But ha- uh, to end it on a interesting note, I really don't know what to do because like you have Donald Trump being an ass, then you have the Republicans fighting with Donald Trump, and then you have the Democrats. I don't even know what they're doing, nor do I care to know. It's gonna be real interesting times when I start reaching that like high level of adulthood. It's kind of just fucked up. Well, I see you guys later. I just want to get this video out for y'all, and bye bye.